moves it ahead to Urona and to Gano. Try to get it back to the Finnish winger. Intercepted there by the Rangers. They'll set things up from behind the cage. Complete yet another line change. Great matchup here tonight in Kingston. One of the top teams in the East against one of the top teams in the Western Conference this year. Hopkins steals it at center ice, gives it off for Battaglia. Makes a move, tried to drop it back to Lucas Moore. Back to pick up that loose puck was Hopkins. He had got leveled at center ice after he made that initial play. Soft shot ends up in the near corner, collected there by Arquette, pushes it around the boards. After it is Landon Wright, gets it to Moore. His pass goes off a skate, puck straight up in the air, knocked down by Arquette. Burns there trying to control it for Kingston. Pushes it up the boards, got by Wright, collected by the Rangers. Got a scrambly play right now. Big blocker save there by Schenkel, and the puck comes back to him. Big block. Battaglia races after that loose, plays it to McGowan. Shot goes off the blocker of Parsons and up into the mesh. Battaglia. Wright hasn't scored yet with Kingston, but every game I watch him play, he is one of the better skaters on this Frontenac's squad. It's great to see him maybe get some open ice tonight. Battaglia after that loose puck. Controls it momentarily, couldn't get it up to take a shot. Away come the Rangers. Arquette chips it across the blue line. Back for it is Williamson. Gives it over to McGowan. Hopkins ahead of the play, trying to get by Campbell. He does. Good sweep check there by Reed. Ooh, Hopkins with a bit of a hold there, no call. Able to keep his man in check by grabbing onto his jersey, and there's an errant pass, and that will be icing again against the Frontenacs. Face off to the left of Schenkel. Lucas Moore grabs it off the draw. Ahead to Wright. He'll bring it down the near wing and flip it in. Parsons quickly out of his net. He'll right behind the net. Gosh, it almost looked like he might have taken a skate to the face there. Okay. Battaglia looks up and sees Ronan still down to the goal line, so he circles back. Ronan seems to be all right. I think he's looking at the trainer maybe to help him with his skate, or the equipment guy to help with the skate. Moore ahead for Wright. Got his stick on it, so no icing. Battaglia far side actually lets it go. Battaglia up the boards. Lamb gets it by his man. Loose puck collected by Moore. Around the boards it comes to Wright. He couldn't take it cleanly. Moore goes back for it again for Kingston. Gives it to McGowan. Not much on that pass, so he had to act quickly, and that allowed the Rangers to keep it in. Puck squirts free. Battaglia on it. McGowan rubs his man out behind the net. Battaglia over for McGowan. Bounces off his stick. Runs up to grab it and got a shot off Parsons. Adam Kelly far side for Kingston. Puts it in the corner for Battaglia. Hopkins has it knocked away from him. Pushes it around the boards, gets by Williamson. Uronen there, gets it to Williamson, knocked off his stick. Frontenacs get it to the blue line. Hopkins passes back to Battaglia. Pass ahead for Hopkins. Being watched there by Reed. Landon Wright saw that pass coming all the way, broke that play up for the Frontenacs, but it's turned over just inside the blue line by Battaglia. Moore ahead for Hopkins. Bounces away from him. Chromiak around the boards, chopped at, kept in by the Frontenacs to the far side. Chromiak takes a bump there from Hopkins. Battaglia comes out of the corner with the puck to the net, tries to go high on Parsons, got that left shoulder in the way, and then cleared by the Rangers. Back for it is Burns, being chased by Arquette.
What a great play by Battaglia coming.
Frontenacs push it right back into the Kitchener end. Wright finishes his check behind the net. Puck comes back to the point to Moore. Quickly moved over to Burns. Shot along the ice. Oh, Parsons saw that one at the last second and pushed it wide. Right off the boards. He had Hopkins in the top of the slot. Couldn't get it to him. Five players battling for the puck. Finally pops free. And it's Arquette that brings it up ice. Takes the return feed from Battaglia. Gets it again. Couldn't pass it in front. At the point, Mercer passes off for Gritzolia. Shot through the legs of Burns, and Schenkel.
In a game 7 of a championship series, or of any series, and
Antonowski's shot for the point goes off the body and behind the Kingston net. Oh, now it's at the side of the net. Schenkel quickly got his
17,
trap.
including tonight for the Frontenacs.
There you go.
They are all big games.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
That's right. Juronen over for Battaglia. He'll dump it in. That'll be icing, except Juronen's going to get to it first, and it popped over his stick.
That was a set play.
Yes, it was, sir. Mercer flipped over for Arquette. Right back to Mercer. Wrist shot goes over the Frontenac's net. Out to Juronen, who gives it off for Gaydon. Gaydon across the blue line. He's got Battaglia with him. Frontenac starting a change. Antonowski out the far side. Campbell bounces away from him, but he's able to collect it. Pass for Mercer was in the air, so not much he could do with that. At the end boards is Burns. Good to see him back on the ice. Short pass there for Cedric Gaydon. He will pass over for Juronen, and then go to the bench. Puck comes around to Battaglia. He looks back to the point, tries to get it into Hay in the slot. That's broken up by Romano, and away go the Rangers. Pass back to Romano. He goes behind the net with Burns. He goes down awkwardly, but is able to pick himself up quickly. Lucas Moore for Gage Hayes. Couldn't connect on that one. Pass back into the Kingston zone. Burns back for it. Plays it over the Rangers out to center ice. Chromiak has it for the Rangers. He'll cut through center ice. Quick shot. Turned aside there by Schenkel. Selajevic, his shot goes wide. He grabs it at the top of the zone, cycles it back down into the corner. Romano, the point to Chromiak. He'll skate the blue line. Being watched by Battaglia. A soft dump down low. Schenkel actually is the one that puts it in the corner. Burns all tied up with his man Lamb. Pass for Battaglia, couldn't take it cleanly. Chromiak will bring it right back to the zone, but it's broken up by Battaglia. Quickly moves it ahead to Hayes. Tonight in Guelph, and it's with the Storm with a 1-goal lead, 2-1.
Well, that we'll get to it.
Campbell shot from the point, wide of the net. Battaglia tries to just chip it to Gaydon, but that only got so far. Comes back to the big winger, and he'll bring it up ice. Dishes off for Gaydon. Try to get it to Battaglia. Around the boards it goes for Juronen. They'll get it to Battaglia behind the net. Tried to get it out front. Not much on that. Comes to Juronen, though, and he fans on a couple of attempts. And listen, you know, we love the Pete's fans and we love the organization, but I believe you put the kiss of death on them a couple of weeks ago, didn't you, on the roundtable? Calling out their big comeback. Stay tuned.
I just pointed out that they
watch out for the
Pete's. Had a good opportunity.
Words to that effect. Never mind. Yeah, it's been a tough year in Peterborough for sure. But don't feel too sorry for them. They had a great year a couple of years ago. Gaydon down the near side. He's got a man with him, actually 2 men. Gets it to Battaglia, knocked off his stick. Gaydon just blindly throws it to some open ice. It's grabbed there by Arquette for Kitchener.
I actually pointed out that they had 4 games left against Ottawa, but they had to win all 4.
Nobody cares about the end of the story, Tim. Well, we know the end of the story. Up towards it comes to Arquette, tries to get it to Vermeulen. McGowan will be the first man back for that puck. For his partner Burns. Touch feed by Gaydon. Out of the zone it comes on the stick of Battaglia. Nice passing there by the Frontenacs to get out of the zone. Battaglia throws it behind his back and ends up on the stick of Duracolo. Shakes off a check by Burns. Moore fans on that attempt to play it around the boards. Burns has to come back and help him out. Now it pops to Moore. He'll have another opportunity to make a play. Tries to one-handed up the boards, but he's all tied up by Hayden Ellis. By the way, for Kingston fans, Hayden Ellis, son of Matt Ellis, former NHL player. Or do you think they'll hold back and hold that position for, hold that scholarship for a year down the road?
Well, it depends on the player, but I would think once you commit, you're gone. It's a great opportunity. A lot of these kids getting an opportunity to play U.S. college, might have gone to something like the East Coast League, might have gone to U Sport.
Yep.
That's the one league that's really going to hurt.
Oh, definitely. It'll. I guess it's still early. We really don't know what's going to happen as Landon Wright gets stopped. Offensive players for the Kitchener Rangers. Christian Humphreys was at the University of Michigan and left and came back, actually played in BC for a bit, and then ultimately ended up here in Kitchener, or there in Kitchener, however you want to refer to it. Do you see him maybe going back to NCAA hockey, right?
That could have a lot to do. You know, he's a Colorado pick. That, you know, if he stayed in Michigan, I don't think he could go back into the draft. If he's here, he can.
Right. Interesting point, Tim. Right. McGowan passes off for Ewens.
If you're going to play college hockey anywhere, Michigan would be.
Yeah, I think it'd be top 5. Who's the McNeil with his shot turned aside by Schenkel? Who's the defenseman? He's just retired in the last couple of years. Played with Duncan Keith. Oh. You told me a story about Duncan Keith when he was at Michigan State. I'll let you tell him. Let's wait for the next opportunity here. Butter.
When you don't get the puck to the net.
Yeah.
There you go. My time here is done.
Thanks, Tim. Back to the point to Battaglia. We're going to down to Gato. Trying to get it to Hopkins. Missed him. And cleared down the ice by the Rangers. Burns waits. Now he'll bring it up ice. Head for Hopkins. Bounced off his stick. Rizzoli will bring it back. The Kingston in, trying to kill off some time. Doing a pretty good job so far. 1 against 3 Frontenacs, and Gato is able to pull it out of the pile. A little shenanigans still at the near boards. Burns and Gritzolia. Yep, Gritzolia's big draw here. Won cleanly by Mercer and cleared out of the zone. So the Frontenacs will have to regroup from their own goal line. Burns catches up to that wayward puck. Over for Euronen. Bumps into his old man. Puts him offside. That's it. Battaglia near side. Engaged quickly by Campbell. Forced to make a play. Campbell loses that body position battle, and the Rangers get it down the ice again. So far, not much doing on this power play for the Frontenacs. There's Euronen with speed down the far side. Looking back to Burns. Frontenacs will set up now. 30 seconds left in the original minor. Euronen, top of the zone. One-timer, good save by Parsons on that shot by Battaglia.
Well, a goalie like Parsons, you're going to have to get him to move.
Euronen, one-timer by Gato. Not much on that shot, blocked by Anandovsky. 5 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Euronen waits. Wrist shot goes off a leg. Comes to Burns. Out of the box comes Swick. Not much on that pass by Burns. Frontenacs try and dump it in. Goes right in the midsection of Battaglia. Now they've got 35 seconds left with a 1-man advantage. Campbell tried to freeze it against the end boards. Swick loses the puck to Hopkins. Rangers really pressuring the Frontenacs. Williamson gets a pass off Miedema. Back to Miedema from Hopkins. Pass back to the point is blocked by Mercer. Here's a shorthanded break for the Rangers. Mercer. Minute or so, or less. Battaglia had a roll away from him. Nice play by Hopkins to intercept that pass to the top of the zone. Frontenacs give it right back. Try and take it back. They do. Euronen down into the corner to Battaglia. Took a shot instead of passing. Parsons had to be quick on that one. Loose puck. Taken behind the net by Andonovsky. Sent around the boards. Gato is able to stop it there for Kingston and sends it to the point to Burns. Cross ice for Euronen. Back for Burns. Pass for Gato. Steps into it. That's blocked by Andonovsky. That hit him on the inside of that right leg. That stung. Battaglia has it get by him, and Antonovsky will send it down the ice, and he'll be able to get off the ice. He is short feed for Hopkins, and he'll push it ahead for Battaglia. He'll dump it into the front. Next will complete their change. Charging hard was Wright. Got there a half step too late, but got away a little bit there. Parsons trying to dump it out. All the way to the top of the zone was Hopkins trying to fight off a couple of Rangers. Taken there by Misseljevic. Passed ahead. Romano waits. Going for that pass. Missed his man, and out at the blue line is Battaglia with the puck, and he'll push it into the Kitchener end. Loose puck. Wright had it momentarily, but Romano knocked him off the puck. Reed with the rush. Watched by Williamson. Cut him off nicely. Battaglia will take the puck and go out the far side for the Frontenacs. Cuts through the neutral zone with a little bit of speed. Dragging that puck is Jacob Battaglia. Gives it to Yoronen, trying to get into a shooting position. Can't. Gets it back to Moore. Dumped towards the net. Comes off the end boards. Parsons gloves it nice. McGowan on it. He kind of chops at it. Ends up in the corner. Now behind the net. Clark falls down. Swick pushes it up the boards. Goes off the referee. Comes right back to Swift. At center ice. Moore swiping at it a couple of times. Hopkins swoops in to get that loose puck. He'll look up ice, puts it right on the stick of Clark. Clark on his backhand, dishes off. Oh, good save by Parsons on Battaglia. Nice feed by Clark to Battaglia, but Parsons right there to make the save. Moore at the point, fanned on his shot. Battaglia takes a bump. Frontenac's able to keep it in. Moore was thinking about going into the Kitchener end, but Battaglia was picking himself up and still getting his stick. So he got knocked down inside the Kitchener blue line. Reed back for it for the visitors. This is off his stick. Reed will get it. He'll bring it up ice. Sensing an opportunity, he'll bring it up. He's got Mercer up on the play, but Mercer couldn't connect on that pass. Back to Reed. Pass over for Chromiak. Down to the corner it goes. Ritzolia. Shot from an angle, and Schenkel saw that. Face off one by Hopkins. Ends up behind the net for Williamson. He's got a man ahead of the play. That's Clark. Missed him, but it goes right to Parsons. So that'll be a nice example of Nolan Butter scoring his second goal tonight, or second goal of the season tonight. That got the Frontenacs on the board. Riley Clark with an assist tonight. Andre Mondu, who we probably won't see in the third. He's kind of that seventh defenseman tonight, but he got an assist on the Frontenac's second goal. Battaglia to the point to Williamson. Gives it back to Battaglia. Wrist shot, that's blocked. Comes back to Williamson. Over for Ewens. Got a shot off, goes off a body, bouncing puck. Nice play by Williamson to keep it in. Can Ewens stretch and keep it in too? Yes. Tried to get it back to Clark, but missed him. And away go the Rangers. Grazzolia 2-on-1 with Arquette. Pass for Arquette goes off the stick of Clark. Good back checking there by the Frontenac's young forward. And Antonovsky gets it up to Grazzolia. Leaves it for Vermeulen, but he was on the wrong side of the blue line, so the Rangers had to be careful there. They'll start a change. Battaglia across the line for Kingston. Backhands it into the corner. First man there is Pickle. Jackson Parsons. Gained on this face-off. Won by Mercer. Puck comes around the boards. Battaglia hustles to get to that loose puck. Just flips it into the corner. Yoronen on that loose puck. He's got a man in front. Instead goes back to the point to Burns. Gives it back to Yoronen. Back to Burns. Tried to get it to Hopkins at the top of the slot. Nice work by the Frontenacs to get control of that puck again. One of the Rangers lost their glove. Shot by Yoronen. That's blocked and then cleared down the ice by the Kitchener Rangers. 4:20 left to go in this third period. Burns looking up ice. Sends it back to Cedric Gaindel. He dishes off for Yoronen. He's got speed down the near side. He'll hang on to that puck. Tried to pass off. Swick got his stick in the way. Was able to break up that play, lost it though to Yoronen. Jano stays on side, able to straddle that blue line, makes a nice move. Now he's in a shooting position, but dishes off for Yoronen. Snapshot, scores right over the glove hand of Parsons. Huge goal, Thomas Yoronen.
Well, if you give Gaydon 2 assists, you should. Those hands just inside.
We'll take this face off against Pridham. And because of some late movement by the Frontenacs, out of the face-off dock goes Gaydon. Lies right on the face-off circle and collected there by Jacob Battaglia. He'll send it around the boards for Yoronen. Gives it back to Battaglia in the corner. Back to the finish forward. She takes a shot. That goes off a stick wide. Gaydon throws it to some open ice. Yoronen comes down from the point to get it. Gives it to Battaglia. Back to Burns. Quickly over for McGowan. Snapshot just wide on the glove side. Yoronen gives it to Burns. He's pressured quickly, so he just throws it to the end boards. Battaglia tried to throw it out front. Bouncing puck ends up on the stick of Cedric Gaydon. He had McGowan coming down from the far point. Couldn't see a path for that pass. Now he'll hang on to it. Gives it to Burns. Shot tipped in front by Battaglia. Beautiful setup. Burns to Battaglia. It's 4-2.
Well, Burns on the back door. Battaglia on the back door, and Burns really with that shot pass finds him, and that's a beautiful goal. And
you know, you watch the pregame warm-up, Tim, and they practice that play that really.